I'd like to welcome you today at the annual Students' Conference. We speak legal English, German, French, Spanish and Chinese.
Headed by Professor Anastasia Tabekova, Foreign Languages Department.
Sehr geehrte Professorinnen und Professoren, Dozentinnen und Dozenten, Kommilitonen und Kommilitoninnen. Deklaration im Lebenslauf, vielmehr sind diese notwendig.
Such type of conference contribute to improving our English in all aspects of legal disciplines.
На кафедре иностранных языков Юридического института РУДН прошла очередная ежегодная Межвузовская студенческая конференция We Speak Legal English, German, French, Spanish, Chinese.
According to the French law. First of all, I'd like to say that currently the importance of legal issues.
So, what characteristics he or she should have?
The characteristics are pretty. They are not determined by the law.
Good morning, dear guests. My name is Votina Anastasia. My report is devoted to the challenges to the process of the development of local government in the Russian Federation. Nowadays, the local government is considered to be a compulsory attribute of any local state.
The law and the theme of my report is the Institute of Testimony of Privilege in the Russian criminal proceedings. First of all, let's determine the value of this institute. Nowadays, we can see that...
Как всегда, и на этот раз как наши студенты, так и студенты вузов-партнеров из МГУ, МГИМО, Саратовской государственной юридической академии и Всероссийского государственного университета юстиции РПА Минюста РФ порадовали своими глубокими познаниями в юриспруденции на разных языках.
The article focuses on the problems of correctional systems in Russia. This question has always been urgent and controversial.
Este artículo se dedica al análisis del sistema de penas en el derecho penal de España. El concepto de la pena por el comportamiento delictivo es un problema eterno de la sociedad, antigua y actual. Porque
of my article is juvenile justice. Literally, it's justice for children aimed at protection of their rights. Nowadays, one of the main issues of our society is the increase of crimes rate committed by underage individuals. It's difficult to judge this law because it has two sides. But to my mind, there are enough documents protected children's rights.
The purpose of our speech is to show both the reasons in favor of choosing arbitration.
Now I'm going to talk about disadvantages of arbitration. So, on the other hand, we underline disadvantages of arbitration.
I'd like to tell you about transformation in the Japanese legislation, also known in Japanese language as Nihon no Horitsu. As everybody of you know, Japan is a demilitarized country,
Introducción. En la presente publicación se analizan los problemas del desempleo en España. En el último tiempo es uno de los problemas principales y comunes de la economía de este país y en consecuencia tiene una importancia especial en que una parte de la fuerza de trabajo en realidad está contratada en el sector informal.
Criminals are taught to follow their life. And does this mean that the crime and criminal does follow so? No, definitely not. And relating the crime and criminals is our debt, and we cannot ignore it. The first established capital punishment laws date as far back the 18th century.
Important because such cases lead to awful consequences. For example, family fragmentation and injuries to child's mind. This research aims at analyzing European legislation, protecting children and family, so considering real-life recent cases. It will try to answer the question if it is necessary to take into account and to respect
elections and to cast the voters for this or that candidate. Campaigns should be carried out in accordance with the general democratic principles and give the candidates equal opportunities for self-advertising. Moreover, the way candidates run their political campaigns determines their victory or defeat. To win the elections, a candidate's campaign team
developing counter-propaganda activity in the virtual space, which forms negative attitude to extremist ideology, accumulating and violating information. Requirements for public.
I want to notice that it is a rather normal thing today when people of different ages, social status and professions use their gadgets to share information about their lives and to monitor.
Quite often, or something else, there are only few that touch.
Death penalty.
Death penalty, yes. There are only few that touch Asia. Everyone's talking about America and Europe, but today I want to be talking about
In England, it was established much earlier. It was existed since 1166 by the Clarendon SSC. A jury trial in England is famous as a showcase English criminal justice.
The US Congress, considering the District of Columbia experience, passed the IDEA in 1975, providing the necessary funding for special education in local school system and establishing an individual approach to determination.
My name is Phil Kershov, I'm from Saratov State Law Academy. So today we are going to speak about oath and defamation. Not only in court, just all over our lives. Have you ever given an oath to somebody? Oath it's hard.
Поэтому это прекрасная возможность для послушать других и попрактиковать свой юридический английский.
Ну, мне в целом очень нравится, в принципе, приезжать сюда, здесь выступать, вот, потому что, ну да, я понимаю, что в своем вузе как бы и родни и так далее, но когда часто начинаешь приезжать, уже как-то, ну, не знаю, привыкаешь, что ли, и в какой раз я выступаю уже в этом кабинете, в этом самом, уже как-то нет ни какого-то волнения, ничего, потому что уже прям...
Студенты второго курса Всероссийского государственного университета юстиции. На этой конференции в обновленном составе, кто-то первый раз, кто-то второй. И действительно, те, кто идет уже больше первого раза, уже ощущается, что уровень этой конференции, как всегда, на должном уровне, должной высоте. И действительно, и интересные темы, и уровень организации, и все действительно нравится, все действительно.
Достаточно интересно было выступить самим, и также послушать других. И нам понравилась эта конференция. Может быть, до следующего года вы тоже.
Я тоже первый раз, и в целом мне все очень понравилось. И особенно меня порадовало разнообразие тем, было очень интересно послушать.
Some wise men once said that laws are meant to be broken. This shouldn't be the case, as laws are made to be followed, to bring order in society. However, sometimes some laws are so ridiculous and so bizarre that when they are followed, one wonders why they were broken or even changed.
I'm not totally sure. I'm trying to say that these laws are like universally stupid, or that's just more like, you know, enough.
My article is purposed to analyze and research the main concepts of such international law institute as recognition, and recognition has significant weight in the modern world because it ascertains the appearance of a new state and expresses the desire of our
conscience and decency in social and political matters. If it keeps order and pays its obligations, it needs fear no interference from the United States. Chronic wrongdoing or unimportance, which results in a general loosening of the ties of
has the principle of indissolubility of a contract. Therefore, all the laws are supposed to be penetrated with this principle, but the fact of the presence of such institute as modification and termination of a contract agitates us to doubt.
Which is very important for the humanitarian law. It was written by famous American lawyer of German origin, Francis Lieber.
Countries of continental system of law as France, Germany and Russia. The consideration of this issue seems to be very important in terms of the significantly increased interest in the activities of arbitration courts.
Law and bailiff.
So according to such description, we can define payment as legal possession of movable property by a person who is not possessor of such property. For example, giving the property for transportation to some place.
The interest of the shareholders of legal entity. In the past, discipline was a mandatory legal requirement for different legal entity to have what is called a memorandum, which
society from the despotism. This concept was formed 300 years ago, and the main idea of this concept, the system of checks and balances.
The concept of the international conflict's essence arising over transboundary water resources. Sure, there is no doubt that water is fairly considered as the foundation of human life that is being used by the whole world. However, along with its essentialness, it must be reminded that
my research paper is dedicated to the issue of to the most recent data on a number of investment disputes between states and investors.